After running strong for hundreds of years, the once mighty Euphrates River has finally dried up, leaving a barren wasteland in its place. But something unexpected has grown from the ashes, a find that could make us rethink everything we thought we knew about this old river. In today's video, we'll show you a scary thing that was found in the Euphrates, as well as the new life that has grown up around it. So make sure you watch all the way through. Let's start watching. This is because of global warming and changes in the weather. Seasons are coming and going at strange times all over the world. Most places have seen their temperatures rise, and some places have seen them rise a lot. Iraq and the countries around it had the biggest temperature rises. The rise in temperature has caused a never-ending drought in the country, which has hurt the lives of people who relied on the main sources of water. Because of climate change, people are running out of things all over the land. Due to the drought that has been going on for the last few years, the river has started to go down, exposing many historical items. On the bright side, the drought has made it possible to find many ancient places that had been underwater for a long time. Even though the locals knew about these spots, they didn't go out of their way to check them out. When archaeologists found out about these places, it gave them a lot more things to think about. They had no idea where they came from, and they didn't know much else about them either. Even though the drought was good for historians, it could have been better for people who lived near water. One of these places is Anbar, which was thought to be empty for a long time and where many historical discoveries have been made. The historical items came back to the surface when the water level went down. In the past, this place was not seen as important, but now it is one of the most important historical sites in Iraq. Some of the spots have already been dug up in Iraq and Syria. Between 3000 BC and the time of the Romans, these towns were built. Now that the water has gone down and made the places visible again, archaeologists can go back there. Even though water has hurt these places, they may still be important and useful. This makes it hard for them to do their jobs. This was a surprise find, and the place could be full of gold, coins, important papers, etc. Skilled thieves look for things like this. They can make a lot of money by selling items from the past. Another problem is making sure people don't steal from the service. Because of the drought, most of the people who worked on the Euphrates lost their jobs. They are desperate to get their lives back, so they go to the historical site and steal things without knowing how much they are worth. Because of this, important facts about the deal and other things have been lost. The Bronze Age city is back because of the drought. Since the city was underground for a long time, archaeological digs did not take place there. The Mitanni Empire was in charge from 1550 BC to 1350 BC. This well-known archaeological site has many important buildings, including a hall. The city appeared out of nowhere, so archaeologists have to dig up the place to find out what happened there. Because this city is so big, only small parts of it are mined at a time. If the materials are exposed to water for a long time, they may slowly break down and lose information about the place. In a short amount of time, researchers were able to make a picture of the whole city. The rescue dig was also quickly put together. They were able to find the most important parts of the city with the help of the maps. This let them collect information and write things down. Aside from the castle, the mapping found a lot of important buildings. There were workshops, storage buildings, two-story buildings, and towers. All of these features also had a well-built, strong wall around them. The Empire of Mitanni ruled over the northern part of Mesopotamia. Archaeologists think that the city's storage buildings held goods from all over the area. Researchers were most surprised by how well the walls and pipes were kept. About 3,500 years ago, mud and sun-dried mud bricks were used to build these walls. They have been underwater for decades, but they are still standing. It doesn't matter that they are made of a very flimsy material. The clay pots are still in the same place after all this time. Even though there was an earthquake, nothing moved. The earthquake broke off the top part, which fell on the walls and crates that were holding it together. There were also tablets that could be written on. 5 plates made of clay kept them safe. People think that the pills are written on with letters and words. This could be a very important discovery that tells us a lot about how people used to live. The old city of Zakiku used to be on this spot. Zakiku is a major city in the Mitanni Empire and one of the states in northern Mesopotamia. The Egyptians and the Mittens fought over who would run Syria until they came to an agreement. The Hittite Empire took control of the gloves, and then the Assyrians took control from them. People are working to keep the spot safe from rising water. Still, archaeologists don't know when the water will rise. The most important facts were found in the palace on the spot. People who lived on the east bank of the river in the Kurdistan region of Iraq set up the court. We hope that the remains will teach us more about the politics, economy, and history of the Mitanni Empire. People say that this is the most interesting and important scientific find ever. The house might have been 65 feet from the river and had a different shape that looked out over the valley. What was left of the court showed that it was clear and stood out on its own. The Mitanni Empire was ahead of its time because the walls and floors of the building were made of slabs. Wall paintings in red and blue show that murals and paintings were popular at the time. Researchers came to the conclusion that the colors on the important and unique buildings showed who was in charge at the time. Scientists are worried about the Euphrates River, which used to be the largest river in West Asia, but is now drying up quickly. The water level has been dropping for years. So we hope you enjoyed the video for today. Tell us what you thought of European in on the Euphrates in the comments, and if you want to see more videos like this one, check out our feed. We'll be back soon with another exciting video.